War is supposed to have winners and losers. One side celebrates victory, while the other accepts defeat. But history reveals a darker pattern. Sometimes the cost of winning is so catastrophic that victory becomes indistinguishable from defeat. Today, we are examining 5 military victories that destroyed the nations that won them. These are not Pyrrhic victories, where casualties were high. These are battles where winning triggered consequences so devastating that defeat might have been preferable. This is New Facto, and these are the 5 victories that killed their victors. Number 5. Spain defeats the Aztecs, 1521. In 1521, Hernán Cortés stood in the ruins of Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital. After 2 years of brutal warfare, Spain had conquered the largest empire in Mesoamerica. 6 million subjects now answered to the Spanish crown. Mountains of gold and silver were being loaded onto ships bound for Europe. By every measure, this was total victory. The Spanish celebrated. King Charles received news of the conquest and immediately authorized more expeditions. Within a generation, Spain controlled an empire stretching from California to Argentina. The wealth flowing into Spanish coffers was unprecedented in European history. Entire fleets loaded with precious metals crossed the Atlantic annually. But here is what the Spanish did not anticipate. All that gold and silver triggered catastrophic inflation. Prices in Spain quadrupled within 50 years. The more treasure arrived, the less it was worth. Spanish manufacturing collapsed because why produce goods when you could buy them cheaper from other nations using your endless gold? The economy hollowed out. Meanwhile, the cost of administering this massive empire drained resources faster than the silver could replenish them.
Spain fought constant wars to defend territories it could not afford to lose, but could not afford to keep. By 1588, less than 70 years after Cortés's victory, Spain's treasury was bankrupt. The once mighty Spanish Armada was defeated by England, and Spain began its long decline from superpower to secondary European state. The conquest of the Aztecs did not strengthen Spain. It destroyed the foundations of Spanish economic power. Number 4. Carthage wins the Battle of Cannae, 216 BC. August 2, 216 BC, the plains of Cannae in southern Italy. Carthaginian general Hannibal faced a Roman army twice the size of his own force. By nightfall, Hannibal had achieved what military historians still call the perfect battle. Using a double envelopment tactic, his forces surrounded and annihilated the Roman army. 70,000 Roman soldiers died. Only 14,000 escaped. It was the worst defeat in Roman history. Hannibal had won the tactical masterpiece of ancient warfare. His name was spoken with terror throughout Italy. Multiple Roman allies defected to Carthage. The road to Rome itself lay open. Rome's ability to resist seemed broken. This should have been the war-ending victory that established Carthaginian dominance over the Mediterranean. Except, Hannibal did not march on Rome. He could not. The battle had cost him troops he could not replace. His supply lines from Carthage were unreliable. More critically, the Romans did something unexpected after Cannae. They refused to surrender. Instead of negotiating peace after losing 70,000 men, Rome conscripted new armies. They adopted a strategy of avoiding pitched battles while slowly strangling Carthage's ability to sustain the war. 14 years after Cannae, in 202 BC, Carthage was invaded. Hannibal was recalled to defend the homeland. He was defeated at the Battle of Zama. Within 50 years, Carthage would be completely destroyed, its population enslaved, and the city burned for 17 days straight until nothing remained but ash. The victory at Cannae did not break Rome. It revealed Rome's terrifying resilience and bought Carthage just enough confidence to continue a war it could not win. Number 3. Athens wins the Persian Wars, 479 BC. The year 479 BC marked the end of the Persian Wars. Against impossible odds, the Greek city-states had defeated the largest empire on Earth. Athens emerged as the hero of the victory. Their navy had destroyed the Persian fleet at Salamis. Their generals had commanded the coalition that drove Persia from Greek soil. Athens was celebrated as the savior of Greek civilization. The Athenians did not waste their moment. They formed the Delian League, a defensive alliance of Greek city-states. Athens controlled the league's treasury and commanded its military forces. Tribute poured in from member states. Athens became wealthy, powerful, and increasingly arrogant. Within 30 years, the defensive alliance had become an Athenian empire. Member states who tried to leave were crushed militarily. The tribute that was supposed to fund mutual defense was spent building monuments in Athens. The city that had saved Greece from Persian tyranny had become a tyrant itself. Sparta watched this transformation with alarm. By 431 BC, tensions erupted into the Peloponnesian War. Greek fought Greek in a devastating 27-year conflict. Athens lost its empire, its wealth, and its dominant position. By 404 BC, Athens surrendered unconditionally to Sparta. If you are starting to suspect that history is just a series of very expensive mistakes, you are one of us. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. We are dissecting the biggest blunders of the past so we can actually understand the present. Now, let us look at a victory that was literally too successful for its own good. Number 2. Germany signs the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, 1918. March 3, 1918. Germany forced defeated Russia to sign the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. The terms were crushing. Russia surrendered 1/3 of its population, 1/3 of its agricultural land, and half of its industrial capacity. German generals celebrated. They had achieved total victory on the Eastern Front. With Russia out of the war, Germany could transfer 50 divisions to France for a final offensive to win World War I. But the treaty was a strategic disaster disguised as a triumph. Occupying the conquered territories required 900,000 German soldiers. Troops that were desperately needed in France remained tied down administering the new empire. The harsh peace terms also revealed Germany's territorial ambitions to neutral nations and hardened Allied resolve. American entry into the war accelerated. 8 months after Brest-Litovsk, Germany was losing the war. By November 1918, Germany itself was forced to surrender. At Versailles, the Allies imposed terms on Germany even harsher than Brest-Litovsk. The punitive peace Germany had forced on Russia became the model for the punitive peace forced on Germany. The victory over Russia cost Germany the troops it needed to win the larger war and establish the template for its own humiliation. Number 1. Rome wins the Year of the Four Emperors. 69 AD. The year 69 AD is called the Year of the Four Emperors. After Emperor Nero's suicide, 4 men fought for control of Rome in rapid succession. Finally, Vespasian emerged victorious. Order was restored. The Senate breathed a sigh of relief. The empire was stable again. Except, something fundamental had broken. The Year of the Four Emperors revealed a new, terrifying truth. Whoever commanded the loyalty of the most legions could seize the throne. The empire's fate now rested on military force alone. This realization changed everything. Future emperors were not chosen by merit or Senate approval. They were made by soldiers. Over the next 2 centuries, emperors were proclaimed and murdered with increasing frequency. 26 emperors ruled between 235 and 285 AD. Most died violently. The constant civil wars devastated the empire. Legions fought each other instead of defending frontiers. Barbarian tribes raided with impunity while Roman armies marched on Rome. The economy collapsed as emperors debased currency to pay troops. Victory in a civil war preserved the empire in 69 AD, but it established the precedent that destroyed it 4 centuries later. That is the ultimate cost of catastrophic victory. We spend so much time studying how to win that we often forget to ask what happens next. If this perspective changed how you looked at history, give this video a like and leave a comment with the victory you think was most devastating. Every interaction helps us keep these deep dives alive. Thank you for spending your time in the archives today. This has been New Facto. History is a mirror. Try not to blink. Goodbye.